what's up guys, I got a video for you guys today. This one is about the Allegheny lunatic asylum. This is pretty much what I got. Allegheny lunatic asylum, previously known as the Western State Hospital or the West Virginia Hospital for the insane, would be imitating even without the ghost. Its monumental main structure, the largest hand-cut stone masonry built in North America, divides 242,000, I think it is, square feet over 4 floors. Wow, that's a lot of floors. That's a lot of square footage. It is a straggling 1,296 foot long. Wow, it's really long. And is outfitted with 921 windows and 906 doors. Wow, that's a lot of rooms and that's a lot of doors. Wow. A 200-foot tall clock tower stretches up from the center like a hand reaching to God. The walls are 2.5 feet thick, dense enough to muffle the screams of even the most tormented souls, alive or dead. The hospital admitted its first patient in 1864. Constructing continued until 1881, with the war over in 1865, and the soldiers gone. Building onto the asylum bombed, saving the West area from post-war economic depression. Hope I said that right. The asylum would remain the economic heart of Weston until it closed 130 years later. With understanding of mental illness still in its infancy, a bewildering area of mandolins and complaints were treated at the asylum between 1864 and 1869, including Alzheimer's, fits, superstition, and the dreaded mentally deranged. I did cut out one other thing because it was inappropriate, but they did a lot of other stuff. As responsibility for the unproductive, non-complimented, mentally impaired, and generally mentally ill shifted from families and prevented organizations to the state asylum, like ALA, became dumping grounds for the damaged and unwanted. Originally designed to house 250 with privacy and comfort, the hospital held 717 patients by 1880, 1,661 in 1938, over 1,800 in 1949, in a dangerously overcrowded 2,600 in 1950. Wow, that's a lot of overcrowding. Thousands of suffering souls entered the hospital seeking refuge or salvation. Others were dumped there, thrown away like unwanted trash. Wow, that is really sad. I don't see how people could just dump somebody there like trash. That's pretty mean and disrespectful. Even if it's their own family members. I mean, that's pretty rude. Again, the ghost reports are those who spent the night in the building regularly reported seeing apparitions of nurses, doctors, and patients roaming the staggering corridors and hearing anguished cries echoing through the hallways. The only spirit of a young girl named Lily wanders the halls looking for a playmate. She makes herself known to visitors in several ways, including interacting with a menage of toys set out in the room dedicated to her memory. But Lily isn't the only child at Allegheny lunatic asylum. Ghosts of many of the hospital's younger residents haunt the upper floors, sometimes following visitors throughout the building. Wow. Even following them home. Oh gosh. I don't know, that'd be a little creepy. One of them followed me home. When you find that creepy, one of them followed you home. A civil war left more than scars behind in Weston. Tortured moans of the wounded, heavy-bodied footfalls, misty forms, and moans. Shadows permit the Civil War section of the building. I said that right. Nor are the upper floors are vacant as they seem. The spirits of at least 2 vicious murderers remain trapped in an earthly purgatory for their crimes. Wow, that's really sad. Swell foot and cunning positions murderously lashed out in a laboratory. The phantoms of an even more depraved, unnamed, mutilated murder haunts the dungeon like a salacious cell. Hopefully I'm saying some of these words right. Some of the most disappointing asylum patients throughout, some even thought suicide was a way out, but they too remain stuck indefinitely between this world and the next. Their desperation seeps from the walls like water from broken pipes. Guides and visitors feel that some spirits come and go, perhaps using the facility as a doorway. Some stop by for a short while before passing on to other destinations, while others cannot or will not move on, embedding in the very foundation of the asylum. A still controversial treatment was used excessively at the hospital, the ice pick. Oh gosh, I don't think I'd want an ice pick in my eye, would you? I better that you knew he's taking that in my eye. Lobotomies was a crude procedure where a sharp 1 or 2 pronged devices were driven through the orbital socket of the eye and into the brain with a sharp blow, causing permanent damage throughout the revival. Some of the patients more severe symptoms. Oh my gosh, that's like really sad. Oh my gosh. I don't see how people could do that back then. In 1952, one doctor performed 228 such lobotomies during a 2-week period in West Virginia. The APTLY name, Operation Ice Pick, oh gosh, what a name, became part of the grisly legend of Dr. Walter Freeman. most notorious doctor, the most popular area on the first floor is Lily's room, located in the eastern corner of the Ward 4. A step between Ward 1 and the old Civil War section, the staff has turned this room into a sort of a shrine to their resident spirits, honoring her life and memory. Wow, it's actually kind of sweet. Putting that there for her, it's really sweet. Legend has it that Lily was a little girl who spent all or most of her short, sad life inside the walls of Allegheny lunatic asylum. Some believe she was dropped off at the hospital like an unwanted stray by parents who couldn't or wouldn't care for her. Another story has it that she was born at the hospital shortly after her mother was committed. Wow, that's sad. Taken in and cared for by hospital staff until she died tragically of pneumonia at the age of 9. Aww, that's so sad. After her death, her spirit remained inside TALA, the only home she ever knew. Aww. That's sad. The most active of all the ghosts in the hospital, Lily likes to play games with the visitors and has become especially close to some of the current guides. Her room is a cherry yellow, one of the brightest in the building, although the peeling walls and broken window glass remind you that no living soul occupies this space, and the iron bars on the windows are a stark reminder of the begone realities of the asylum life. The room is stocked with a variety of toys, including a pink and white music box with a miniature ballerina turning point to a tinkling lullaby when the box is opened. Sweet that they have that there for. The music box sometimes decides to play on its own. I guess she likes that. She must if she likes it, if it turns on nice, right? Other items such as baby dolls and plastic bouncy balls are scattered about the room. These toys, set out as an invitation to play, have been known to move by themselves or in response to commands. Lily will on occasion roll the ball back and forth with visitors in an airy game of catch. Lily seems to delight in these ghostly play dates, and the visitors often hear her giggles, equal parts sweet and spine-tingling encounters down the hall. TAL guides have developed a special productive bond with the girl's spirit, demanding that she be treated with kindness and respect. I don't really blame them. Lily remembers and forever frequents visitors, interacting with them in specific ways. Paranormal investigators Aaron Sollers has investigated the asylum a dozen times. He claims one of Lily's favorite games involves the music box and flashlights. This is pretty long, guys. I'm going to shorten this a little bit. In 1863, a woman named Gladys Bradenfield, abandoned by her husband, was admitted to the hospital after being savagely and repeatedly raped by a group of soldiers. Oh my gosh, it's like really sad. Gladius was not only traumatized by the assault, but also found herself pregnant. Taken to TALA, she slipped deeper into madness, rocking robotically back and forth for hours, while Gladys gave birth to an infant girl, survived only a short while. Oh, that's so sad. In this version, the staff at the hospital felt that the spirit of both mother and daughter never left. Lily, the name given to the child, actually grew up there in England only in spirit form. She plays games with cats and has fondness for sweets. Like every little kid, right? Lily's tiny hand reaches out from somewhere to hold. Her mother's benign spirit is locked forever in a state of shock and despair. Okay. Oh. What's fascinating about this version of Lily's story is how quickly it spreads and was taken as fact. The author, Stephanie Wagner, about Stockholm, phenomenon guide, graded it from internet. Wow. Okay, let's get some bottom part here. Oops. Lily's tale assists she was indeed born at the hospital to a mother who couldn't care for her. Beloved by the staff, Lily lived her short life inside the walls of TAL until her death at age 9 from complications of pneumonia. Many similar stories circulate within the paranormal community with wavering details but consistent basics. Wow, I don't even think I'd want to be there. That's like really sad. Really sad. I don't see how people could stick their friends or family in a mental institution. I mean, it doesn't help them. It makes it worse for them. And especially what they're going through in their mind. We never know what's going through their mind because sometimes they can't speak or sometimes they can't express themselves. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for any videos, just leave it in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.